What up, big time gang? Welcome back to another Tony Big Time video. Another Aragon in the collection. This one is the Aragon Enforcer Ti GMT 9075 and the 44 millimeter. There is two different sizes, 50 millimeter and the 44. I'm definitely not a 50 millimeter type of watch guy anymore, so 44 was the option. This is model A702 wht. This new Enforcer is the first Aragon to feature the Japanese Miyota 9075 GMT Traveler's True GMT, which has the individual hand movement like a real Traveler's GMT. So you see, you can move it however you want. Most of the GMTs are not true like this. They are what they call office GMT, which you can move the GMT hand and the date. But this one is a true Traveler's GMT. So big deal for Aragon. First time they've used this movement, and they put it in a titanium Enforcer. Very nice watch. Very clean colorway. Full lume white dial. Lume all over the bezel. All those Arabic numerals are lumed. And that pip at the 12, 120 click, unidirectional bezel. Sounds very nice, just like you want it to sound. Lines up beautifully. Nice crown at the 4 o'clock that is signed and knurled and screwed down. This is a 24 joule movement, 28,800 vibrations per hour. Sapphire crystal with inner anti-reflective coating. The bezel also has knurling. See that there? Matches the crown. Very grippy, very easy to spin. And then full titanium case and bracelet, of course, with screw pins. So we're not doing pin and collar. We're not doing folded pins. We actually have screw pins, and they are nicely done, which are single-headed screw pins, not the double-headed stuff that a lot of companies do, where it's you got to hold 2 screwdrivers and it's a pain in the butt. I know the clasp, the exhibition case back surround, and the crown are all stainless steel, whereas everything else is titanium. 44 millimeter case diameter, 16 millimeters thick. That's from all the way to the top of the crystal, all the way to the bottom of the exhibition case back. We have a total of 16. 60.5 lug to lug. That is because it's almost like a integrated bracelet, or it is kind of like an integrated bracelet where the lugs and the bracelet kind of slowly, gradually decrease into 22 millimeter. Up here we're at 28, right where the lug starts. And then so those don't flex. So you've got 60.5 all the way out to the ends. 8 millimeter signed screw down crown. I mentioned the signed screw down crown, but I did not mention the size. 500 meter or 1650 feet water resistance. Nobody's ever getting to that depth. Crazy depth rating. 183 grams unsized. 176 minus 2 links to fit my wrist. And speaking of my wrist, let's see it on my wrist. I need to do a micro adjust, I think, but there it is. I think it looks great. Gorgeous if you ask me, but you didn't. There's only 2 colorways on this one, black mother of pearl and the white full lume dial. So you got one or the other if you got one, and then 2 sizes. So 4 different versions you can get. But super dope watch. I was very on the fence. Wing put in the price for the VIPs, and we got it a week early, and ended up just going for it. Couldn't resist. Helium release valve there at the 9 o'clock. I like the hands. I like the hour markers. Everything's done in a very high polish. Then you got the second hand and the GMT hand done in orange And then the second hand is in red. Give it that little pop of color and make them stand out. There's nothing really not to like on this watch besides maybe the height of the watch. And then the lug to lug, if you have a smaller wrist, that might be a problem because it is pretty wide. It fits my wrist just fine, but I do have an 8-inch wrist. But stay tuned for photos. And once again, let me know what you guys think. I think for now, this is a winner. I like the watch. Lume shot's going to be dope. Can't wait for that. Much love. See you in the next video. God bless.